Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Vator Games in the building. This is Vator Games TV. I am Vator Games. This is Manchester City fan. All right. Manchester City fan live reaction to the City versus Leeds game. Now, please get comfortable. Let's have a conversation. We're going to deal with a lot. But first things first, my peoples come first. My people, those that are here, always thought of and remembered. Those that are no longer here are always thought of and remembered as well. Now, 3-2 in an exciting. This is what football is all about. Let's be real. This is what football is all about. The Prem, why we talk about how there's no easy games, how we're fans, how we're supporters of our club. This game had everything. All right. Now, for some of you that may have looked, oh, you know what, Leeds in the standings, this should be easy. This on paper should have been easy. This on paper should have been easy the way we started out and started playing the game. First, I'm going to say, hey, respect to Leeds United coming to Manchester City, coming to the Etihad, and putting on the fight that they did. I'm gonna be real with you, everybody in the chat, and you know I show love to the very first person in the chat that shows love to Vator Games and the show and the channel. And first in the comments today, let me do that real quick. Let me do that first in the comments. Listen, Sam, you know what it is. Sam, you know what it is. Sam in the building. Let me put his comment on screen for everybody. He goes, big up Vator. That was a diabolical performance from the players for me. We need to fix up our mentality right now. I get it. We're better than that. We are better than that. How we played, and that makes me more frustrated. Listen, we are better than that. I'm going to point out how we played from start to finish. I'm going to point out sorry, I gotta shut down the show. I gotta shut down. I gotta shut things down. I'm gonna get back to the other comments. Trust me, I will. But I gotta shut things down when I see my gal in the comments. It's over. I gotta stop. Rose in the building. She goes, "Hey Vator, 3 points is the intention, and it was achieved." Listen, that's what we needed. The 3 points, Rose. We needed the 3 points. All right. That's what matters most. And we're going to talk about it. The 3 points were key. We're going to talk about the performance. We're going to talk about everything. Get comfortable. Get ready. Also, Sam goes on to say, we need to assume that teams will go 5-3-2 in the second half and have a solution for it. Sam, I've been saying this. Sam, I've been saying we need to prepare. Pep, the training staff, the players need to know. And apologies if things get a little laggy. I think I got an update happening in the background. But we need to know that teams are going to be setting up either 1-4-5, or they're going to setting up with 2 banks of 5. We need to be prepared for it. We absolutely do. I'm in complete agreement. The girl RK is in the building as well. You know what it is. I would have accepted this from Tuesday's team. Marmouche and Shirky helped the tempo and chance creation. That's true. They did help. Now the subs that Pep made, were impactful, were important. As soon as Marmouche, you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself, guys. Let's do this proper. I got Sam in the building. I got Rose. I got the girl RK. You know what it is now. And I'm gonna start your comments. I'm gonna get back to it because you're absolutely right. RK, you're absolutely right. Now, the game and the 11. Let's deal with the game and the 11 in the comments. Let me know the game and the 11. Please tell me none of you had problems with that starting 11. Please tell me there were no problems with that starting 11. I need to bring, let me remind everybody of the starting 11. Let me do that real quick because I need to. Should I put it on screen? I'm not going to put it on screen. Let me just speak to it. For our starting 11 at the back, Donnarumma. I'm sure everyone was okay with Donnarumma as starting keeper, right? No Trafford. I don't want to see Trafford. All right. Nunez, calm, right? Diaz, great. Gavardio, cool. O'Reilly, that's his spot. Okay? Nope. There should have been no problems defensively. Let's be real. Everybody in the chat, no problems. I see Sam saying, nope, 11 was good. Just needed Marmouche. Just needed Marmouche as second striker. Yeah. It's okay. I'm not upset with that. But no one had a problem with the 11. Let me also remind, if everyone's just listening, happened not to be watching, we also had Reinders, Gonzalez, and Silva. All right. We had them. Now, some might say, drop Bernardo, bring on Shirky in terms of starting 11. Some might have said, drop Reinders and put on Shirky. The 11 was fine when you also knew what was there on the bench, what was available to be subbed on. The 11 should have been calm. The attack, I think everyone would have said we want. And listen, if there's anything that I've been saying to Pep, please listen to me. We need to have either Shirky or Foden. We need to have either one of them. Okay? And we had Foden, Haaland, and Doku. All calm, all good. I was all calm, all good with it. And guess what? 50 seconds into the game, we score. 50 seconds into the game, we score. Foden, my man, everybody, and I'm not going to deal with any agendas today. The agendas don't get discussed today. Tomorrow on CIA Intelligent Agendas, we're gonna deal with those. Okay, but Foden goal. Then play. Honestly, there was no sniff from Leeds. Leeds did not have a shot on target in the first half, even with regards to how we scored, getting our second goal. Listen, I was really, really happy with how we played. Now, if there's a little controversy, if there's a little bit of doubt, should that second goal have stood, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. But they did their thorough checking, and we've said this, right? The refs are going to screw things up, like they may have screwed things up in the Newcastle game, and now things have balanced out. Things have balanced out with regards to you missed one, now we got one back. Okay, but I was happy with the first half. I was happy with how we played. I still felt like we're not clinical enough. I still feel like we're leaving goals on that pitch. For those of you that happen to play EAFC, FIFA, right? I know it as FIFA. If you happen to be playing, you know when sometimes the shot's there, but you shouldn't just one-time it? You should just take a touch? I feel like we get in such good positions, and sometimes the defender's going to be lunging in for a block. The defender's going to be, let's just be composed, do a little fake, put it where you want it to go. I think we had so many opportunities of that, and I'll get into it in terms of I saw many opportunities like that in the second half. I see y'all piling in, good looking out in the chat. You know what it is. DM goes, that ref was awful, but we moved. That's 2 games in a row. Now we're City fans. We don't really talk about the refs. We notice it, but we don't really talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We don't really talk about the refs. But yeah, it was crazy. You know what? I got to point out. We know how trickery and slippery and quick Doku is. Is it just me, or do I feel that there's too many fouls getting put on him and the refs just saying play on? Like, he doesn't go to ground easy. He gets hit, especially lower body on the legs, and he's losing his balance. Those are fouls, right? It's like the credit that, remember, Grealish got that on pat. And I feel like the same credit isn't being given to Doku from a ref standpoint. He's earning those fouls. Call them. But first half, all calm. Now, the second half, let me be real. Because I was accused in one of my group chats about, hey, Vator, match reaction, CIA, be real. Those of you in the chat, when have I not been real? When have I not said how I see the game? Now, I may see the game differently to you, or differently to those that were talking to me in the group chat. I may see it differently to you, but it has nothing to do with not being real. It has nothing to do with papering over cracks. It has nothing to do with being fake. We're trying to put something out there. Now, On CIA, we move a little different. CIA, we got to do things differently with regards to how we address the rivals. But when it's a match reaction, when it's why always me, when it's 1-1-5, one question, 50 minutes, it's all real. All real. Now, I got to emphasize this. And I said this in the group chat because I know there's, okay, let's say this is the surface. Below the surface, there's so many that are quick. They're quick to be like, I told you so. I told you so. That was Pep. Pep's it. Get Pep out. He's done. There's so many that are quick to do this. DC in the building. My girl's in the building. DC, you know what it is. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thanks for dropping in the comments as well. I'm gonna catch up with you. But there's so many that are just like, we're just waiting. Oh, we scored. Oh, we scored 2. Oh, we surrendered a goal. Oh, Pep's crap. Oh, Pep. Look what he's doing. What's going on here? There is no way. This is being real. And I know if you think differently, then I'm going to accuse you of not being real. There's no way you're blaming Pep for the first goal. If someone in the chat right now saw that first goal and want to blame Pep, I don't know what you're doing. Now, if you want to do the silly thing, if you want to be like, oh, Pep picks the player, so if the player makes a mistake, it's Pep's fault. Okay, let's be mature about it. Let's be mature about this. If there's an error that happens because a player happens to misplace a pass or has a mistake, a little brain fart, how does that fall on the manager? Now, from a club standpoint, I got my hands up. Yes, we should be in the market for a right back, a trained right back. But we also can't look at Matheus Nunes and say, this guy has not been good for us. This guy, we know he's playing out of position, that he has not been the guy. Now, yes, he's made mistakes. Players make mistakes. Even Donnaruma's made mistakes, right? Haaland's made mistakes, missing a penalty. Like, things like that happen. Nunes made 2 mistakes for that goal. All right? He made 2 mistakes for that goal. He was a little too nonchalant, placing that pass centrally to Foden. All right? Foden had a man on. Could Foden have been a little stronger? Yeah. Could he continue to pursue after losing possession or not getting the ball? Yeah. But Nunes, you don't make that pass. And on top of that, after doing that and recovering, why is it that you're giving yourself a touch with an attacking player right on your shoulder? Clear it. Mistake number 1. If I hear a City fan say that's on Pep, okay, you're in full agenda mode. I get it. You want the manager out. You're going to find everything to pinpoint and say there was nothing wrong by minute 49. I think, when did that goal happen? Minute 49, that you say Pep got this wrong. Pep set these guys up wrong. Nothing. If you're moving with that, it's clear it's an agenda. When we talk ball, I'm not talking that with you. I'm not. If we're going to be talking ball, that conversation I ain't having with you. I'm not. Now, how we reacted, I was actually pretty calm with how we reacted post-goal. In terms of, okay, we're now down 2. It didn't look like we were letting the game get away from us. It also looked like we had chances to make it 3-1. Deflate things. I like what Donnarumma did. I like how Donnarumma, took a little, I got cramps, took a break out of the game. You know what I mean? Let's reset. Obviously, Pep talking, giving instructions. We settled down. The second goal for Leeds. Let me be clear on this. The second goal for Leeds happened in the 68th minute. So from minute 49 to minute 68, we were inconsistent 100%. Were we frazzled? No, but we were inconsistent. They saw an opportunity and they were putting it on us. They were. Leeds were trying to go after and get that second goal. Calvin was a problem. He was a problem. Calvert was a problem because he was trying to get in behind. A couple times he got caught offside, but he was pressing, he was trying to make it uncomfortable for our defenders. Now the second goal, again, if you are going to sit there, stand there, watch the game and say, that second goal, that's you, Pep. That's you. That's you. That's your fault. Gavardio looked to make a good play on the ball. I'm not hating on it. Not hating on it. He needed to be absolutely perfect with it. And him catching the body of the attacking player first before clearing it is the problem. I think it was a deserved pen. If you guys disagree, let me know. I think it was a deserved pen. Now, Donnarumma. Listen, I like what I saw, though. Donnarumma, I like what I saw. That save, I like it. Could you put it out a little further away? Sure. But the fact that you got to it, I respect it. I respect it. And you know what I did see? If we want to talk about manager, you know what I did see? After we surrendered that second goal, there was no heads drop. There was no, we're back to what last season was. Oh, our form's terrible. I saw fight. I saw fight in the players. And I saw a manager that decided to go, we're making changes. We're making changes. Let's get the players. Let's get some people on. Let's get some people on. I know I'm falling behind on the chat. Let me get back to the chat real quick as I talk about these subs. Where did I put this star so I can get back to it? Oh damn! I didn't realize I fell back so much. Sam goes, basically we need Shirky for 5. Listen, we need Shirky. We need Foden. When we see that amount of defense, we need it. And another thing that I saw too, which I don't want to hear people say, we were getting in behind. So couple of the passes over top, Nunez, there was one that was floated over top, tried to cross it in. I felt like, yes, we weren't doing the overlapping. Show me overlaps. We weren't doing the overlapping all the time. But when we do have O'Reilly tucked in, inverted, so he's drawing a defender, and we have Doku out wide, we have that. Now, I'm going to do this, trust me, because I'm not having the non-talking ball conversations anymore, right? Shout out to my man Mike Dawes over LFC. He's a Liverpool fan, but what I'm going to do, because I like how he dealt with the haters in his own fan base, all right? I'm going to put them on screen. I'm going to put some of these moments on screen and be like, listen, you're not going to just paint, brush, blanket this comment and it's going to be for the entire game. I say this all the time. The game's it's a combination. It's a combination. I don't live in the whole stats, and I don't live with everything in terms of, look at what the heat map is. Look at what the field tilt is. But I watched the game. Now, what I saw was numeric advantages, but I'm truly asking the question, is it when you're at pitch level, right? If you're the player on the ball, is your peripheral not allowing you to see some of these angles? Because I honestly felt, especially in that first half as well, that we were creating we were creating the opportunities for these goals, and they weren't happening. And when I say goals, I mean attacking opportunities, sorry. When I see some of the passes should have just been released, and they weren't. But what I did see, us going 2-2, it being a draw game, fight. I saw that fight. Now, let me continue with these comments. Apologies for falling back. I'm going to put these back up. The girl RK, she goes, you can't say that was... Wait, what? You can't say that was an exciting game or it was easy only on paper. Okay. You would say that if Leeds was facing Arsenal... Okay. All right. I get what you're saying. We struggled, and you can't do that if your aim is to... We're going to have poor games. We're going to have games where... And I'll say this, girl RK, I'll say this. The way we scored, the way we went up 2-0, and Leeds weren't having a sniff, listen, the players took their foot off the gas. They took their foot off the gas. And when you're up 2-0 and you surrender a goal, there's like the opposing team's going to have some life. They're going to be up for it. No team quits. No team quits. And we brought that on to ourselves, obviously. But we aren't, and I'm going to say this, we're not a title winning club form-wise yet. We're not. We are not a title winning club based off of our form. We're so inconsistent. I think we have a good 11, 12, 13. I think we have a good 13 players healthy that can make a title push. I don't know if that's enough. That's the only thing. But you don't have to be perfect to win this. You don't have to be perfect. But we can't afford many games like that. I agree with you. Second striker. I knew I understood what you meant, Sam. Um, Sam also goes, refs never give us the fouls. I don't know what it is. I don't like the disrespect on Doku. He wins those fouls. If he's not, he's going by you. We got the 3 points. We move. But for the love, I know, it was so rough. It was, but I'm gonna be DC. I'm gonna be real with you. These games are so fun though. At the end, like when you're just like, whew, that was tough. That was fun though. Have to get up out of your seat, having to watch. Is it cleared? Did we get that cross through? Is Foden gonna shoot? Like I love it. Herbal in the building. He goes, big up Vator in chat. Saved by the great Foden goal. He stepped up and we won. And the second half was poor. That's 2 poor halves in a row, right? That's actually, I'd say that's 3 poor halves in a row. Poor half versus Newcastle. Poor game. Poor half versus Leverkusen. And yeah, that was a poor half. But the fight, Mortal Kombat voice, fight. That fight was nice. I can't lie. I like how we fought that through. I see y'all in the building. You know what it is. Gavardio giving up that second goal was really poor, but how we continued to play was really good. Now, I meant to do this because there's gonna be talk about what Pep did, and I want to be cognizant of time in terms of match reactions. And much love for you guys being here as well. Let me go to my trusted Score app. Let me go to my Score app real quick. Let me pull this up. Because I didn't make the notes the way I usually do. But we got to look at when we surrendered the second goal, right? And are we upset? That that Mencha celebrated? Should we be upset with that? Am I wrong? I mean, I guess we kind of dashed him away, right? We shouldn't be upset with that. We kind of dashed him away. He's been gone for a minute. Rose goes, Vader, the boy fought valiantly in the second half after a comfortable first half. Proud of them. I'm happy with the fighting that I saw to the very end. I'm going to be honest with you as well. We needed to see it. Yeah, Sam doesn't care. The celebration, I was kind of like, whatever. But, so they score, all right? Score the second, so it's tied up in the 68th minute. Pep makes the sub for Reinders in the 75th. And then he also makes the sub later on, Marmoush for Silva. And I have to say, Shirky on, difference. Could he have played a full 90? I don't know. I think there's still the pace, there's still the physicality of the game that I think he needs to get up to speed for. But when he got on, nice. Same goes for Marmoush. As soon as Marmoush got on that pitch, I believe it was Doku. I think Doku gave a cross. I think Marmoush could have done better with the header. I think he could have. I think he could have even chested it. I think he could have taken it down with his chest and maybe caused the defender to panic possibly. But that was an opportunity. Tough. I know Haaland wants that goal. He was fighting off defenders a little bit. Didn't quite get clear headers. But the fact that Pep made that sub in the 89th minute, and the subs helped in us winning that game. Okay? So, those with the Pep agendas, you got them. Flex them. Use them if you want. Go ahead. But Pep made the subs, and the subs had a direct impact. Because, again, we all said it in the chat. We are calm. We were cool with the starting 11. Now, with the starting 11, we knew the players that were most likely going to get subbed on for impact, right? Shirky's top of that list. Marmoush would be top of that list. Some disgruntled City fans might be like, I don't want to see Savinho or Oscar Ball, but those are probably also players potentially to be put on that list. He brought on John Stones to seal things through after, we got that third goal. But Marmoush and Shirky, impactful. And the third goal, the winning goal and was mentioned in the chat, from Foden, who we needed to step up, and he did step up. Did he step up? First and last goal of the game. He stepped up with an assist from Shirky. I'm saying it's not. We we want to play better. We want to see the players play more consistently. I don't think that there's heavy emphasis with Pep. You set these guys up wrong. That hey, Leverkusen, go for it, absolutely. And he said it himself. He got it wrong, Leverkusen. Second half, maybe he should have challenged them with regards to the Newcastle game to be more impactful. And I've rewatched that Newcastle game. And I'm going to have amazing evidence for those that want to continue to use Newcastle as kind of like an example on why Pep is done. But that's for another show. Shirky and Foden, that combination is great. Now, I'll admit, in that final third, when and Sam said it, many of you have said it, when we see a bank of five, right, just at the top of the 18-yard box, and we see them all defending for their lives in front of them, the ball needs to move faster, and I really think that as the ball's moving across, there needs to be a threat over top. Because think about it, as a defender, you're now, the ball's over here, right? So as a defender, I'm now running and I'm now covering the thing. I'm not really privy to what's happening here because I got to track the ball. I feel like diagonals is something we need to improve on. Diagonals is something that we need. Get the ball on the right foot to the player that we're now passing it to, so it's comfortable. It's on their left or on the right. You know their dominant foot. They train together all the time. But I feel like some diagonals need to happen more because as the defense shifts and they're now running this way, what's happening behind them can get caught. We need to improve. And maybe it's depth. Maybe there's something with regards to players not quite feeling they have the ability to really put that type of floating ball over top or whatever it may be. But we got to figure something out. Let me also go to these comments. You guys are amazing. I saw Herbal in the building. Ash as well. Good looking out. Big 3 points. Not going to lie. Needed. And it's big 3 points on a Saturday. So now we get to watch, see what happens on this weekend. I think we take the good and the bad. Now the bad, all right? Let's be real with it. The bad. We're still not looking clinical enough. Before anyone tunes in and be like, Vator, oh, you're just only talking about the good stuff. Let me be honest with you. The starting 11, I think we were all calm with. Good. How we were with possession, how we were creating opportunities, I think we were good as well. I think that was good. We're not clinical. We need to improve on that. We need to improve on how we are clinically. Now, if we happen to be chasing a goal, or we happen to be up against a team where we need to show more intensity, more willingness to win the ball, and again, the players took their foot off the gas because closing out 50-50s, I didn't see enough of it from Foden, from Reinders, even Bernardo. I didn't see enough of that, but that's where I want to see us to be able to maintain that intensity throughout the entire game. Now, let me use a real life example. Y'all can agree or disagree. You know when you're playing and you want to play the majority of the game, you want to play the full 90 or whatever, but because of that you can't go all out too early because you're just going to be gassed later. I don't want to see that from our players. I don't want to see them reserving a little bit for later. I'd rather them closing out the pressing for the game in terms of managing it for the game. For the season, that's another story. But when Pep does a madness and has 10 changes, we need to be able to have some type of rotation. This 11 and obviously bringing on Shirky, Marmoush, that can't be the formula moving forward. The players are going to get worn out. Nico Gonzalez was dead tired. He was dead tired. And he didn't, I'm not going to say he had his hand held, but with him being able to have Reinders next to him, even obviously Bernardo Silva dropping back a little bit as well, he didn't have to carry the entire load with regards to being that six or the defensive responsibility in front of the back line. But we're gonna need some help there. But I need to see the intensity keep a little longer. I need to see us get more clinical. I need us to not make the silly mistakes when slightly pressed, when slightly under a little pressure from the opposing team. Place it out of danger. Place the ball out of danger. That's what I want to see. That's what we need to see. And I felt, if I'm going to use a baseball term, if I'm going to use a tennis term, unforced errors. Errors. We can't be imposing. Let me take a sip of water like Pep, because this is a press conference. Let me hold on. We can't have these unforced errors. We can't be doing that to ourselves and making life more difficult. And I felt we did that in this Leeds game. Let me also remind you guys in the chat, because we have to look at how things stand right now. All right. The standings as they are right now, we've obviously played a game. We're 4 points off Arsenal. They have a game in hand. They play tomorrow. We're 4 points off at 25 points. They're at 29. Chelsea are at 23 points. All right. Chelsea are at 23 points. Now, my group chat, one of the group chats that I happen to be in, enough rivals. All right. Let me let you know. Enough rivals. And enough rivals are being like, Vator, where you at? What happened with you dropping? Why are you dropping points to Leeds? What does this mean? The Chelsea fans in the chat would be like, okay, I guess it's up to Chelsea to put on this title fight versus Arsenal. Slow down. Now we're not at our peak powers yet. We're not, but we're working it out. We're staying fit. We're working on some things. All right, flexibility. Shoulder strength, back strength. We're working on all of that to get to the point where we're going to be able to challenge. Will challenging require everybody to raise their level? Most likely, because we're not there yet. But we're 4 points off top. See what happens in the game, Arsenal versus Chelsea. And let me also tell you, I'm going to get back to the chat. Trust me. Our next game is Fulham on Tuesday. We play again on Tuesday. Versus Fulham. That's going to be tough. Let me see what y'all are saying in the chat. I know I fell behind on the chat. My apologies. Clips in the building. Clips. Let go of all these project players. Let go of all of the project players. We don't just acquire a squad of ready-made players. There's always been a combination of some project players or some players in development. It's what happens. It's what needs to happen. It's how to keep some balance. Now, do the players that are kind of like on the fringe need to step up? Yeah, 100%. But we're not gonna have a squad of all ready-made. And if we have a squad of all ready-made, guess what? A few of them are only going to be here for a year, because they're going to be like, I'm not playing enough. I'm a ready-made player. I need to be playing all the time. The level of I'm going to compete for my spot, that's dying out. In this football, that's dying out. In this age of swipe left, swipe right, Instagram, right? Everything is instantaneous. TikTok, our brains are wired for 5 seconds or less. The fight for my spot, I'm going to play every other game. Players don't want that. We're not going to have a squad of all ready-made players. But I do think that the project, quote-unquote, project players in development, they need to get there. They need to get there. They need to raise up 100%. Let me see what else y'all are saying. Herbal goes, often it's about pressing and coming out strong in the second half. We failed at that and put ourselves under a lot of pressure. That's a great comment. It's true. We know that the other team are going to look to take their chances. They're going to look to press us in certain points. It's the same way we can identify when we're playing certain teams, or we're like, that's the point. That's the focal point. Like what we did to Liverpool. Listen, Van Dijk, we're going to shadow you. We're going to make sure you getting the ball is difficult. But Konate, Bradley, oh, we're on you. Oh, we're gonna corner you in. You make the decision. Teams have the same type of plan when they play Manchester City. I think if they're going to choose in terms of where might they kind of corral or where might they look to maybe catch an advantage, if you're going to look at the defensive line, it's most likely on that right-hand side. Decision making, I got no problem with Ruben Diaz. Sometimes he's a little too lax with the pass. Mateus Nunes, same way. So there's going to be vulnerabilities in every team, and I think on that right-hand side, we need to fix up over there. Everyone like and subscribe. Do the damn thing. Do the damn thing. Good looking out. Thanks for being a part of the show. Let me see. Abdi, good looking out. I appreciate it. Reminding everybody in the chat to do it. Herbal. And yeah, please hit that like button. DC, my girl. My girl is in the building. Now, Dylan, big up, bruh. Listen, what? We can be critical. We can be critical. We can be a little disappointed in how we played for the entire 90. But I read this. I kid you not. Dylan, I read this in one of the group chats. I'm not going to say who they are by name, but they said, I'm not happy with the win. What? I'm not happy with the win. What? What is going on here? I know it wasn't a complete great display from beginning to end, but how are you not happy with the win? What is going on with football? What is going on with football? How you're not happy with the win? I don't get it. I don't get it. This is, you know what? Words mean something. Words matter. And I think many are just so quick to just text, diarrhea texts. Is that too much? Vomit. They just like to vomit comments. How are you not happy with the win? You got to be happy with this win. One could say maybe undeserved. Maybe one could say it doesn't showcase how good of a team we are. Like we're not that. But how are you not happy with the win? I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm happy with the win. I felt like we caused these issues onto ourselves. I love the fight that I saw from the players. I love he's no longer a boy. He's a man. I love star man Phil Foden doing the damn thing. And I liked how we showed fight. I like how the manager brought on the subs. Now, I'm going to be critical. I'm going to watch this game a second time like I do. I'm going to watch the game a second time and be like, okay, should the instructions maybe have changed once you saw how Leeds were kind of defending us? Could it have been like, you know what, how we were with some of those final passes when we did, again, there were transition moments. Should we have been a little more, should we have been better with some of those decisions, some of those passes? Yeah, of course. But I read a fan saying he wasn't happy with the win. Trevor in the building, you know what it is. Sees goes, check my last comment, Vator. You will understand my reaction. Where did I? Wait, did I miss you that much? What the? Why am I scrolling so high for this? Where are you? Oh, Sees. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Vator, that was the worst performance of the season at home. Why is Pep telling players to defend rather than go forward? We know how bozo... No! We know how bozo Nunes is. Can't keep having... We need to fix... Okay. We have to defend and attack within the game. When Pep is telling a player to defend, it's in a moment. It's not for the remainder of the game. And I felt like at that point, because again, Sees to what you're saying, right? Nunes pass, transition, or to go having possession, attack is what put us in that danger to begin with. Not everything needs to be side to side, but if we're going to be a little bit side to side in our possession just to kind of get our bearings and then get forward, the side to side is annoying when we're in the final third. I get it. When we see the defense all lined up, all set, and we're doing the side to side and we're not really causing any type of movement, We see the defenders kind of like taking a few steps left, a few steps right. I don't really have to adjust with any type of threat. I hear you, but C's, we're better than what we saw today. That was a really bad game. That was a really bad second half. All right, let me see. Sachin in the building goes, honestly, happy with the win and the mentality. The performance will get there eventually. The performance has to improve. We got the assistant managers, we got the managers. They're gonna be doing. They're gonna be watching all type of stills, all type of aerials, all type of movement, and being like, we need to get better. They 100%. This match reaction is way too long, by the way. I'm treating it like a show, guys. I'm so sorry. I got caught up in the convo. And if y'all are here, y'all are liking, so I'm with it. But I want to be respectful of your time. We're gonna get better. No one's saying that this team is on to winning the title. A change in form, a change in attacking style, defending style, mentality. One thing I have to say this. One player can have the luxury of kind of jogging back. Like, we lose possession, the opposing team, we know the opposing team are on their horses. They're racing down, they're trying to catch us. Only one player can have the luxury of kind of like, I'm just taking my time back. Everybody else, you have to get back. You have to put in the shift. You have to suffer. You have to defend as a team. Teams are going to catch us out, and that's one thing I want to see. I want to see us change. Yeah, no, this is crazy. Yeah, it was his fault. He needed to kick the ball out. He absolutely needed to kick the ball out. No question. Get that out. Just get it out of there, and we'll reset, and we'll get set back up. Yeah. Other than that, it was all good. I agree. Trevor in the building. Players did look tired at the end, and this is the thing. This is the thing that got ignored, Trevor, when I was talking about Pep's madness with the 10 changes. The upcoming fixture list is a game every 3-4 days. We can't have the same 11 start all the time. We can't have this same 11 play an intense 60 minutes all the time. There's got to be some rotation. We gotta figure that out. And I'm trying to figure out how to properly do the show, but I want us to really think about what's the combination, what's the mixture of starters and non-starters, or first team and non-first team players. That what can we do moving forward? Because we can't expect this 11 to play Fulham, to then play Sunderland, to then play Real Madrid. We can't. So, and it's a tough question. We'll see how it gets answered. You guys, I hope each and every one of you have hit that like button. I hope you guys have been hitting that like button. I'm trying to. I want to be nice. I want to be really good with. Let me do that later. What? Oh, there's a update. What the? Get set. No, I don't want to do. That's annoying. Yeah, that's annoying. Please hit the like button. Match reactions I'm looking to do. I enjoy the convo 100%. I know that you guys also want to continue to watch some football. You want to maybe, again, talk back with some of the rivals you're interacting with. I think from a game standpoint, we can be sure to expect a better performance. And no, this is no slight. These players aren't robots. I think Haaland is looking to have a better game. He's pressing a little bit, in my opinion. I haven't seen that of him often, but it looked like he's pressing a little bit. Foden playing real relaxed, and even Foden's first goal, that could have been Haaland's goal. Both of them kind of occupying the same space. I think that could have been Haaland's goal as well. So I'm not overly critical. I think Haaland's still good, still calm. Foden looking to get that confidence, get that joy back. Right? When you're happy, things are easy. When you're happy, things are good. Look, doing this match reaction, it's easy. Doing this match reaction, easy. doing last match reaction. Oh my gosh, it was tough. Like my body was all achy and just didn't want to. Yeah. But when you're happy, things are good. Foden looks to be in a great place. Bernardo, again, not on the stat line, but he had a good game as well. And we need to see who's the next player to do what he can do. The versatility, the endless running, the adaptability to play all over that pitch when needed. It's going to be incredible to try and find a player to kind of replace that. But I also felt like Reiner's more reps. He's going to be good. He had chances to score. Just calm down a little bit. Calm down. Pick your target. Doku, good, could have been better, but we know the player that he is. Good, could have been better. O'Reilly was a little too lax, in my opinion, on possession sometimes. I think he invited Leeds to kind of have some opportunities. Nunes the same way. Is it fatigue? Is it a matter of, you know what, they're gonna need some breaks here and there? We'll see. Because who do we sub on? Is it Kostanov subbed on for Nunes when he needs a break? Is it Nori? Those are the things that we're gonna have to witness. Gavardio's mistake. I don't think he's gonna do that often. And then Nico Gonzalez, good game. Good game. When I talk about we need to get a lot more familiar, if you notice on the final third, what I don't like, what I dislike so much is when a player is like, let me move over here, is when a player is maybe like 5 meters away and they're like, you're kind of occupying the same place and you're showing yourself for a pass. Like, that does nothing. We see where the defense is. The defense is right there. They're not going to react to me passing you the ball. They're not going to react unless you make yourself in a way so if I pass you the ball, it can be a 1-2. But sometimes it's such an awkward stance that I get annoyed with that. But I think being more familiar, things are going to be kind of calm. And midfield-wise, attacking-wise, defense, I think we're more of what we did in the first half than we did for that full 90. We're more of that first half than we are the 90. And the challenge, the problem, the issue that we have is that we need to put together a full 90 minutes. That's what we need to do as a team. We need to be able to play a full 90 minutes, which we haven't shown as of late. That's the most concerning part. But each and every one of you in the building, you know, this is the press conference post-game. My match reaction. Listen, Pep only gives about 10 minutes. Post-game, dealing with questions from the journalists, it's only 10 minutes. We're here talking almost a good 50. Almost a good 50 minutes right here. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Continue to hit that like button, subscribe, and when you do, please just hit the notification button. Just hit that so you know next is coming up. My next show is gonna be CIA Intelligent Agendas, and it's going to be, let me put this on screen real quick. The next show we're going to be dealing with the agenda targets after game week 13. All right, this is game week 13 that we're in, so we're going to have some agenda targets and some key topics and some stats, some observations that we're going to share with you just to arm you through the week. To deal with the rivals, to maybe deal with some City fans that are talking reckless about our own club. We're going to give you some good talking points. Fox in the building, you know what it is. I see you. We're going to deal with a few of that with regards to the show. And it's going to be a panel show. I'm going to get some other blues on here. We're going to talk and chop it up. So it's going to be really, really important that you tune in. But again, subscribe so you see when I post the thumbnail and you can hit that notification button to go. Expect it to be live 10 p.m. UK time. 10 p.m. UK time. And we're gonna do the damn thing. CIA tomorrow, 10 p.m. UK time. But listen, bless to each and every one of you. Vator Games match reaction. City versus Leeds 3-2. You know what? Let me update that. So all that is calm. versus Leeds. Let me move the microphone. Sorry. Win 3-2 with late Foden winner. Okay, that's too many letters. Okay, let me remove this. Still too many letters. Ugh. Okay. With late. Let me leave it at that. That should be all right. All right. Listen. Press conference time. Shutting it down. We have. Wait, what the heck just happened here? Okay, I'm closing this. That made a mistake. Next show, CIA Intelligent Agendas. I'm most likely going to have a amazing group of panelists on the show with different points of view. It may get a little heated depending on what they choose to agree or disagree with, but I think you're going to enjoy the show. My gal Rose, good looking out. My girl DC in the building. The girl RK, supportive as well. Sam, C's, Ash in the building. My people, you know what it is. Continue to support the channel. You guys are amazing. I'm gonna shut this down. I'm gonna walk off stage like you typically do. It's a post conference. All right. Catch me on the next one. I'm Vator Games, and I'm out.